Well, as we head into the new year, a lot of us have been there. We feel stressed out, ready to quit, burned out of what we thought was a promising career path for some of us. So Ken Coleman, radio host, author with Ramsey Solutions, is going to tell us what he thinks the causes could be of burnout and what we can do about it. Ken, good morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
I just want to jump right into the 5 causes of workplace stress. I know you've written the book we talked to you earlier this year, From Paycheck to Purpose. What causes this burnout?
Yeah, so I think these are the 5 major causes, and many times people are suffering from a multitude of these 5. They're in no particular order, but one is being overworked. You're just catching plates falling off the cupboard. Maybe someone has left recently in your organization and they didn't rehire that position, and you just feel like you can't do much more. You're maxed out. Another one is that it's a toxic environment. You've got a very unhealthy environment, maybe in the form of a leader who is very critical, maybe even a bully type leader, very negative, or you've got that same dynamic going on with your coworkers with gossip and backbiting and all this positioning, just negative all around you. That's the toxicity. Another cause is that you're underappreciated. You haven't been rewarded or recognized publicly or privately by your leader in quite some time, and we as humans need that recognition for our unique contribution. Another is no meaning or purpose in the work. You might be good at the work, but you just don't have any juice, I like to say on the Ken Coleman Show all the time, because you don't love the actual group of tasks or role that you play, and the results that you're creating, they don't fire you up. And then the final one is you're just bored. Maybe you've mastered, maybe you've accepted and reached the challenges before you, and we as humans need progress, and when we don't have it, we get bored, and boy, that can create burnout as well.
You know, you have some, what you call the cures for these, and I just love what you're saying so far. It's so interesting, and it just resonates, I think, with a lot of people. Take us through some of the cures, and some of these, by the way, you've seen in your own life because you've been there, you've been here.
That's right, that's right. Well, the first thing we have to do is we need to really get clear on what the sources are, which is why I listed those 5 major causes. We need to get out of our heads and almost in front of us on a piece of paper to be able to really figure out what is driving the burnout. Now I can address that. We got to speak up to our leader. We've got to say, hey, I'm experiencing this. I need your help. You don't want to be a victim, you don't want to be angry, but you want to be humble to say, I need your help to address this. This is burning me out. And then you want to go to more introspection as well, to also say, well, what is my why? I mean, am I doing meaningful work? If the cause of the burnout is you just don't have that juice, well, what would give that to you? You know, how can I use what I do best to do work I love, to produce results that matter to me? Those are very important tactics, because what you're seeing here is awareness first, awareness for myself, awareness to my leader on what's going on, and then I want to see how they react. If they can't solve the problem, I can solve the problem. And so now I have to look to, well, where do I need to move? Is it a different seat on the same bus, or is it a new bus altogether? So awareness is clarity, and then confidence to know who we are, where we want to go, why we want to go there, and how important this is to our mental health as well. That's going to give us courage to make a move.
One last thing I wanted to hit on, we have about a minute left. Changing your habits, as I love this, because a number of habits you may not realize are affecting you negatively or could affect you positively.
Well, exactly right. You know, sometimes we're a victim of our routine. So I would be looking at the routine and say, are you just in this routine because it makes you feel comfortable? You know, what's interesting about people, and I think we all know this, we'd rather be miserable than uncomfortable. And so let's look at those habits. Let's look at those routines. And what we call a routine might be a rut. And we're just in this season of this habitual activity simply because at least we know what to expect. We might be miserable, but we're not uncomfortable. And here's the deal. Real change in our life in any area is on the other side of discomfort. To put ourselves out there to something new, to the unknown, to the challenging, but on the other side is true growth.
Great advice here as we approach the new year now. Again, Ken Coleman, From Paycheck to Purpose is his most recent book. Ken, thank you for your time this morning.